Hey guys, it's Brianna here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today I have a really fun video, but first let me say Merry Christmas to those that celebrate. I know it's not Christmas when I'm filming this, but it is right before this weekend, so if you were watching this around Christmas, I hope you guys are enjoying time with your family and just enjoying the holiday. But if you don't celebrate, I hope you're having a wonderful day regardless. But I have a very fun video for you guys today. I'm going to be talking about a challenge I'm going to be doing for 2023 for reading purposes, whatever. By the title, you can already tell what this is, but basically there's this challenge, at least just on Instagram, because that's the platform I'm on the most. There is this challenge called 12 Reads from 12 Friends, which basically means from each friend you get a different recommendation. Well, as you can tell by the title, you're like, Brianna, but that's not the challenge. Well, here's the problem. So instead, because usually what people do, at least just the way I've seen it, is people will put, on their stories and put those, what are they called? Where like somebody can respond in the little question box or whatever. I did that last year and I failed miserably. Now this year, 2022, has been a dumpster fire. Let's just say there's been so many great things that have happened, but overall it's been a dumpster fire. Like, I don't know about you, but it's been terrible. Anyway, I'm determined to make 2023 even better. Now, this is going to be a little interesting, but I think it's going to help because this time I contacted people that, I trust for reviews and people I'm really close to. So I contacted mostly like friends within the book world, but I also contacted a couple authors who I absolutely trust and I adore to absolute pieces. There's a lot more people I could have contacted, but as you can tell, I contacted 24 people. So you're probably like, Brianna, why did you do 24 and not 12? Well, so I'm contacting people, and just when I thought I had 12, I actually had 13. I'm like, well, I'm already here. Let's go big or go home, And then I was like, oh, 23 for 2023. And then realized I contacted 24. So we're going to do 24, okay? So it's going to work. I am not going to go into super detail with all of these books. One, because most of these books are probably going to be books you already know, I should say, I don't want to make this video super long, and I have other things that I need to do before the holiday starts, so I'm just taking a quick break from working. If you don't know, I'm a social media manager, so I'm taking a quick break, like a little mental break for now, and then I'm going to jump back into work. So, like I said, I don't think I said, this is in no particular order. This is basically in the order that I, received the recommendations from, but I am super excited because pretty much every single one of these books on this list are books that I want to get to like ASAP. So I'm really excited. I don't know if I'm gonna make like a little TBR jar. I'm the definition of a mood reader, so I don't know that it's gonna work for me, but one of the things that I've noticed is if I don't make an effort to read these books, I'm probably never gonna read them. I don't know why. I am the definition of a mood reader. And I think it's going to help that, if I put a little TBR jar together, I think it'll help. So if you want to see me setting it up, picking my first 2 for January, let me know. I will definitely film a video for you guys. It'll be very short, but maybe I can make a reading vlog, each month talking about the 2 that I read. We'll see. I don't know what 2023 is going to bring. I hope it's better than this year. Anyway. Enough rambling. Let's go. First up, I have Hush Hush by Lucia Franco. One of my besties, Amani from Enamored Reads, she gave me this recommendation. I'm very excited because she's the one that's really been pushing me to read really anything by Lucia Franco, and I finally read at least the first half of the Balance series. I have not finished it because then the holidays came around, spooky season, all of that. I put the series down. It's not to say I didn't love it. I'm obsessed with the series. Fortunately, I'm going to have to finish it in 2023, but now I got to read Hush Hush, and I am so excited. Next up, we have It Is the Mind F series by St. Abbey. This was a recommendation from Kylan. There we go. Kylan from, I always get her tag wrong. live.love.books XO. I always get her handle wrong. I know what it is, I can see it, but then I always struggle to say it. Anyway, I'm very excited because this is another series that I wanted to read during spooky season and I just never got to it. And everybody raves about the series, so I already know I'm gonna love it. It's about a female, I think it's a female serial killer, and the like hero is a FBI agent, I think, or I might have the roles reversed. Anyway. Third recommendation is going to be Mile High by Liz Tomford. This is from Caitlin from The Love Librarian. I will put her channel down below. She also has a YouTube channel. I adore her. I love her recommendations. She's somebody who knows what she's doing when it comes to like really pitching a book, and I was like, I need a recommendation from her. I adore her content. I love her to pieces. Anyway, I'm very excited because she told me this was a sports romance, and I said, say no more. You're like sold. You don't need to tell me anything else. Like, done deal. So I'm very excited about that one. My fourth recommendation is going to be Carnal Cryptids. This is East Coast by Vera Valentine, and this is a recommendation from my friend Jess at Love to Love Books. And I do apologize if you keep seeing me looking down. It's because I have my iPad with my notes open just to make sure I don't miss any, because I will. I'm pretty sure this is a monster romance, and I'm very excited because Jess is somebody I go to for anything kind of like not your typical contemporary romance. She is somebody who reads a lot of like monster romances, Omegaverse, aliens, like all of those different types of reads. So I'm very excited because she was one of those that I was like, I need to get a recommendation from her. Plus I adore her. I can't wait to meet her someday because she is truly an absolute sweetheart. Like, I adore her. Fifth recommendation is gonna be from my other bestie, Monica from Night Reads. She gave me Unhinged by Onley James, and I'm not joking. The amount of times I almost picked up this book this year. It was literally one of my TBR jar picks for spooky season. Like, I was ready to read it, and I just never did. And she's like, well, you gotta read it next year. There you go. So, and I'm pretty sure when I had the 12 reads from 12 friends for 2022, I'm pretty sure this is the book she gave me, and I still haven't read it. So I'm very excited because this is an series. There's like 9 books or something. But it's basically where they are like psychopaths, like just very interesting characters, and I'm pretty sure it's like a dark series, so she knows I'm gonna love it, just because I gravitate towards dark romances. So I'm very excited. What am I on? 6 is gonna be Treachery by Lily White, and this is from Books Make Me Brainy. I am so excited about this because she gave me 3 recommendations from Lily White, and I had to choose between the 3, and I was like, how do I pick? This is impossible because they all sound so good. So I actually read Lily White earlier this year for spooky season. I actually read The Danger. Is it The Danger You Know? I think that's the title. It's a Starker romance. Oh, so good. So good. So I'm very excited about Treachery. The reason I picked this one out of the other 2 is because this one it's a series and it's still ongoing. I'm very excited about the series because it's based around the 7 deadly sins. So anytime I see those, I'm automatically intrigued by them because I always like to see how authors play out the different sins and put them into a book. So I'm very excited. Next up, we're at number 7. I have Raphael by Tilly Cole, and you're probably like, Brianna, why is this on your TBR? Haven't you read it? No. No, even though I claim that Tilly Cole is one of my all-time favorite authors, there's still a couple books that I still have not read by her, and this is one of them. I did forget to say that this came from everlasting.bookcharm. I have been following her probably since I started Bookstagram in 2013. If not, I think she came on the app a couple months later or something. We've been following each other for like ever, and I adore her to pieces. So I'm very excited that she gave me this as her recommendation because I'm not joking when I say I've literally had this on my TBR since the book was like even like mentioned in the book world, even before it even released. I know that there's a prequel. I'm totally blanking on the title. I know it starts with a J. I can't think of it. Anyway, it's literally been on my TBR forever, and here we go. Here's the perfect opportunity to binge them. I am so excited. I'm so excited. We are on number 8. I have another one. I'm just gonna I need to stop saying excited because I'm just gonna put like a counter. I'm kidding. I'm not going to because I'm too lazy. The amount of times I say I'm excited, but truly I am so excited about all these books. Number 8, we have, it's just the first book, but it's The Predator by Rune X, and I got this recommendation from Ruth from Ruth's Romances. The amount of people that post about the series, about the Darkverse series, and I'm like, oh, I'll read those eventually. Now I have the reason. This is a Mafia series, and I think there's 5 books in the series, and Gothicana is one of my all-time favorite books, like, of all time, and I read it read it last year. I was gonna say, oh, it was last year. Freaking love that book. So I have been dying to start the series, and I'm so excited that one of my friends gave me this as a recommendation. I cannot wait. 9, we have a recommendation from Jess from Peace Love Books. Again, I'm pretty sure you guys know who she is. She's pretty big on BookTube, Bookstagram, everywhere. She's awesome. She gave me the recommendations of In the Weeds by B.K. Morrison. I'm very excited because I just read, or I guess listened to, I guess I should say, I just listened to Love Light Farms, which is like, I guess the first book in the series or whatever. And it was super cute. I am so excited to, you know, read more from this author. I know she's very well loved in the book world. And I'm just really excited that this was one of the books that she gave me as a recommendation. So cannot wait. But next up, we are at number 10. Again, I need to stop, but I'm so excited. I'm so excited because Jen from the Book Refuge, again, I'll put her channel down below. You probably know who she is because she's also an incredible person to talk to. I have talked to her in the past, giving like different advice when I was really making the transition from being a teacher to basically working for myself. At the time, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and she was one of the first people I reached out to get her advice, and she was so incredibly helpful. Like, she is an absolute angel. Like, I adore her. She's awesome. Anyway, enough gushing. Anyway, she gave me Losers by Harley LaRue. Words. I'm so excited. I need to stop. I'm excited about this book because this is a continuation of The Dare by Harley LaRue. Oh my god. Why can I not say her name? Anyway, this is a continuation of The Dare. This is a like Halloween type novella. I read it. Did I read it last year? I think I did. And she actually continued the storyline, but I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's now White Shoes. And I'm so excited. She just released part 2, and I'm freaking out. I was already freaking out that there was going to be a full-length book, but now we got 2. I'm ready. I'm ready. Number 11, we have a recommendation from Genesis from Whispering Chapters. She's another person that I truly adore in this platform. She's actually somebody who also left teaching, so she's another person, that I really reached out to get advice from. She is an absolute gem. She was so incredibly helpful. Again, she's another person who dropped everything she was doing at that time to give me advice, give me some feedback as to what she's done since leaving the profession. She is truly an absolute sweetheart. I really like talking to her. So her recommendation for me is going to be the Underestimated series by Candace Wright. I am so excited because I can't remember how she like explained this book to me, but I remember seeing her post about it, and I'm pretty sure it's like a White Shoes but biker romance. And she knows that I've kind of like grown out of it, but I really got into biker romances a couple years ago, and she was like, oh, this would totally be up your alley. And I was like, all right, sweet, let's do it. And she says, it's actually White Shoes. And I said, sold, done, let's do it. So I'm very excited about it. What number are we on? We are on number 12. And so my next recommendation comes from Christina from Christina's _reading. She gave me the recommendation of basically reading anything by KV Rose, and she's another author that I have literally been dying to read. And I think she either gave me a list or she chose for me, but we decided upon Ecstasy, which I'm pretty sure is a standalone because I know she has some series, and a lot of these that I have on my list are series, so I don't want to commit to every single series there is. So I said, let's just start with one book, and then I'm pretty sure I'll just read more of her books. So I'm very excited about this one. I really don't remember anything about it, but regardless, I'm very excited to dive into her books. For 13, I have a recommendation from Chelsea. She just created a Bookstagram, and she's an absolute gem. I actually met her at Book Bonanza. She was actually with Kylan, and it was just really cool to see him in person, and she's super sweet. So anyway, she gave me the recommendation of reading The Brawl by Willa Nash, which is Stephanie Perry. I don't know if you guys know that, but Willa Nash is the pen name for Stephanie Perry. I am very excited because I've been wanting to read, I think it's the Calamity Montana series. I could be totally wrong. Something like that, but I'm very excited. I'm pretty sure there's another book coming out. I don't know. I feel like Debbie Perry has so many books coming out, and I love that for her, but oh my gosh, I cannot keep up. I feel so far behind. I have so many books to read by her. It's not even funny. Next up, we are on number 14. I have a recommendation by one of my like absolute favorite people ever. It is a recommendation from Catherine Cowles. And so when I went to Book Bonanza, I actually was like, I guess an assistant, whatever. I was one of 3. Me, Monica, and Amani, we were all assistants to Catherine Cowles. And it was such a cool experience because I've never been on the other side of the table during a book signing. So it was very fun. But she gave me the recommendation of reading Never Seduce a Scot by Maya Banks. She's an author that I have yet to read. This is a historical romance, so I'm very excited to have a historical romance on this list because I'm pretty sure I didn't read any historical romances this year, and it's a genre that I really do enjoy. I just don't, gravitate to them as often as I'd like to. So I'm very excited that this is one of them that is on this list. Next up, we have another recommendation from another author. This is from Alexandra Lee. She is such a sweetheart. I am very envious because she lives like not very far from Disney, and I'm very envious. Anyway, she gave me a recommendation to read Dark Notes by Pam Godwin. I was gushing to her about my love for Lessons in Sin, and she was like, oh, you have to read Dark Notes. And I was like, yeah, it's one of those that I haven't read yet, and I keep saying I'm gonna read it. So I'm very excited that this is gonna give me the push to finally read it, because I'm not kidding, every time I put it on my TBR, I say TBR, I don't follow TBRs anymore. I don't know why I keep saying that. My hopeful list, and I just never get to it. So 2023 is the year of reading Dark. What are we on? Number 16. We are almost there. I have another recommendation from Kay Lindy. She is so sweet. Oh my god, I love her to pieces. I swear I see her at every book signing I go to, and she is just such a sweet person. I adore her to pieces. So I knew she was one of the persons that I needed to contact because, like I said, I love her. So she gave me the recommendations of reading A Lesson in Thorns by Sierra Simone, and I'm very excited. I have been wanting to start the series since Sierra Simone was releasing these, and I've read a handful of her books. I'm not obviously caught up on her books, but she can write some spice, so I'm very excited. Next up, we have a recommendation from Candy Steiner. Again, she's another author I absolutely adore to absolute pieces. She is such a sweetheart. I love her. I have been to so many book signings with her, and I just love seeing her. She is so sweet. Like, I love her. So she gave me the recommendations to read 44 Chapters About 4 Men by B.B. Easton. Pretty sure everybody knows about the series and everything because it did become a Netflix adaptation. I have not watched them yet, mostly because I don't watch a whole lot of TV, honestly. The only time I watch TV is with my boyfriend, and that's about it. If I'm watching TV, it's like book to videos. So anyway, I'm very excited. Next up, I had to contact Sophie Lark because it's Sophie Lark, and I thought it would be really cool to get a recommendation from her. So she gave me a recommendation to read Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. I'm very intrigued by this book because I feel like I've heard of it, but I have not like really seen anybody talk about it. So I'm very curious about this book and to see what I think of it. So I'm very excited about this one. Next up, I had to contact Kelly Elliott because I love that woman. I have always loved her. Like, I read the Wanted series, which is like one of her first published series. I read those years ago. I don't even know when I read them, but since then, like, I'm not joking when I say she is a author I can go to like for a comfort read, because every single book I read by her, I love them. Like, I am not joking you. Like, they're so good. She writes like small town romances. A lot of them are set in Texas, but her newest series is actually based in somewhere up north, but like a small town. I am literally blanking. Anyway, they're super cute. I can't. So I was like, I have to contact her to see what she's gonna give me. And she actually gave me an author. I'm not joking when I say she's also been on my TBR for a minute. She gave me a recommendation to read Ruthless Rain by Aletha Romig. Like I said, Aletha Romig has been on my TBR for years now, and I always say, oh, I'm gonna check out her books. Oh yeah. And so now I have a reason to read her books, and I'm very excited because I really want to see like what her writing's about and see like the kind of stories she tells. So I'm very excited. Next up, we are on 20, so we are almost there. I got a recommendation from Ashley Bennett. She is a like new author. You can kind of see her book right here. I'm not even pointing in the right direction. There we go. Muscles and Monsters, or yeah, Muscles and Monsters. Sometimes I get it like flipped around. Anyway, she writes monster romances, and I was like, oh, I want to see what what kind of recommendation she can give me. So she gave me the recommendation to read Newly Undead by Grace McKenty, and obviously I'm pretty sure this is a paranormal romance, and I'm very excited because paranormal is like my my love from like forever ago, because I'm a Twilight person, so I'm very excited. Next, I had to contact Stacey Hart because, again, she's another author I truly adore. Pretty sure all the signings that I've been to with Candy, Stacey is there also. I love those two women to pieces. So Stacey gave me the recommendation to read ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas, and she was like, how do you feel about fantasy? I was like, honestly, that's actually something I want to do in 2023, is see if I enjoy like fantasy romances. And she's like, oh, have you read ACOTAR? I'm like, no. She's like, there you go, read it. So I keep saying every single year, oh yeah, I'm gonna read it. Here you go. Now I have a perfect reason to read ACOTAR, and I'm honestly very excited. I have kind of read Throne of Glass. There's not a reason why I stopped. It's just because I picked up other books, and that's the story of my life. So eventually I'll probably have to restart the series and start over again. But I do want to finish it. Next up, I have a recommendation from Becca, who runs Hello Lovely Box. I love this woman to pieces. She is truly an absolute sweetheart. She is so kind. She's another person I talk to because she obviously runs a small business. So I wanted to contact her and get her feedback, when I was really looking to leave the profession, and I truly adore her. So she gave me the recommendation to read Reckless by Katie Golding. I'm very excited because I've actually never heard of this author, so I'm very excited to see what I think about this book. Next up, I have the lovely Benita from Bookbow. She is like the owner of the company. If you don't know, they make book sleeves. I have been a supporter of the company probably since they started, when they were back on Etsy, and it was literally fight to the death. Like, I'm not joking. I refuse to buy any other book sleeves from any other company. Like, I am truly a supporter of Bookbow. I'm very firm on that. I don't really have a reason. I've always been that way since they started the company. I've always been very firm with only buying book sleeves from them. I have owned hundreds since they started. I've had to get rid of a lot of them just because I don't need them. And I actually have a ton of them. Obviously you can't see them, but they're at the top of my bookshelf. The ones that I was like, I have to keep these because they're beautiful. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent of my love for Bookbow. Anyway, she gave me the recommendation to read From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is another series that I keep saying, oh, I'm going to read it next year. I'm going to read it next year. So I'm very excited because this is another series, just like ACOTAR, that I know everybody loves. And I know I'm going to love it. Plus, I've read Jennifer Armentrout. She, has so many releases. But the Lux series, which is an alien, like, YA series, one of my all-time favorite series. Along with the Dark Element series? I think that's the name of it. Top tier, love those series. So I'm very excited. Okay, last recommendation on this list is going to be Tina, who is she actually works for Bookbow. She's been in the book world for a very long time. So I get to work with them, and it's amazing. So she actually gave me a older, I think it's a dystopian. I don't know. I'm very excited because I've seen this book ever since I've been in the book world, and I've just never picked it up. So I'm very excited. So she actually gave me 2 recommendations. I can't remember what the other one was. It was a royal romance, and I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I chose to pick The Scribe by Elizabeth Hunter, and I'm very excited because, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a dystopian series. And I think there was 5 books in the series, so we'll see how it is when I read book 1, but I'm very excited to read that series. Anyway, so those are all 24 books on my 24 reads from 24 friends, because I'm an overachiever. If you don't know anything about me, I tend to go ham when it comes to any kind of book challenge. So this will be interesting. But like I said, if you guys want to see me like set up a TBR jar of some sort, like I am really gonna try to stick to 2 of them a month, because like I said, I really want to get to these, and I intentionally picked all 24 of these people to get recommendations. So I really want to hold firm on this. There may be some months where maybe I'll pick more than one. That way, when it comes time for the end of the year, I don't feel pressured to, you know, complete the challenge or whatever. So we'll see. So if that's something you guys want to see, please let me know, because I would definitely love to. I don't want to make content that you guys may not enjoy in the first place. But anyway, I'm rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.